and the 43 whoop, throws it. That's what they do. And this process between the 24 and the 43, I call it the inner ear, the third ear. That would be kind of cute in one of these Indian drawings, instead of an eye there, you put an ear there. Yeah. I mean, this is what the 43 is, in a sense. It's these inner hearing. Remember that the individual mind's very, very different from the collective mind. The collective mind is visual. It's visual. It has patterns and movements that it can relate to. This is all acoustic. It is an inner voice. It is the inner dialogue. In the 43, in breakthrough lies the inner dialogue. I'm a 43-23 myself. I'm also a 61. And I have all three of them unconscious. So I don't experience that. And yet every time I open up my mouth to teach, I'm so deeply aware of all that stuff being processed. See, the 43 comes to some kind of verbal concept. It comes to a verbal concept. It packages it verbally. You'll see that the 17 and the 11, the collectives on either side, don't do that. They don't. And it creates a very strange relationship between the 43 and the 23. See, these gates that are in the throat, that point upward, that are the expression of their particular streams, are perhaps some of the most extraordinary gates in the construct. They're metamorphic. They're metamorphic. Remember that the throat center, that its biological association is with the thyroid system. Everything having to do with metabolism and metamorphosis. And it is something to understand about these gates. We're looking at the 23, but on either side, the 62 and the 56, to understand that these three gates along the top of the throat center, that these are extraordinarily important for us as human beings, because they are the gates that make it possible for us to be, in that sense, human beings. They provide us with intellectual, mental expression. It provides us with a platform to be able to communicate with each other at a very sophisticated level. And in order to be able to do that, everything that originates in the Ajna center cannot just flow through, but has to go through a metamorphic process in order to be expressed. The collective transforms the visual to language. But individuality has to do translation. It has to go from the inner audio and get it out to an outer audio. It's a translation. I remember seeing that as a school teacher, young children. If you have the 43-23, one of the most natural things for you to say is, I know. It is the most natural thing to say, I know. And so you're a teacher and you ask a question, and there's all these little hands going up in the air and they're going, I know, I know, I know, yeah, I know, I know. And if you point to them, they don't have the translation. I mean, they know, but they don't have the translation. Because you got to get the translation from the audio in the 43, and it's a different language. Oh, it may seem like it's the same language. It isn't. There's nothing talking in there. Those are not words. It is a frequency phenomena, a way frequencies being interpreted on the inside. But that has to come out expressed in language. And you got all these, I know, and they don't. I know, but I can't tell you. There's a lot of 4323s in the world. There's a lot of 4323s in the world because it is a definition that is in opposition in the wheel. So sun, earth, north node, south node, other combinations. The 4323 is very common. There's a lot of people in the world going, I know, and they don't.